Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm making one a day for the next year, 365 videos. We're almost done with the first month as I record this. And because we just started it, I've gotten a bunch of questions from people saying, hey, the very first video you did was how to start something new for the new year. I'm finding it really difficult, as I normally do, to keep that going, to keep that in position to stick. So I'm going to share something with you that just presented itself to me. I read an article on medium.com by Melody Wilding. It's called Boost the Odds of Achieving Your Goals with One Simple Shift. And as I read it, I was thinking to myself, wow, this is so simple. This is one of those things that when you think about it, you go, wow, why didn't I think of that? Where has this been? How come this hasn't been presented to me up until now? Okay, so 1/2 of the population makes a New Year's resolution every year. 1/2. So 1 out of every 2 people. Just 8% are able to follow through and make that resolution stick. And you're really, jazzed up in January. You love what you're doing. Oh, it's great. This is this new thing. And then life happens. And all of a sudden, it becomes really hard to do. And she presents something that I think is really valuable. We often make New Year's resolutions in the form of a statement. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to book my first co-star. I'm going to take a class on how to do some sort of VO. I am going to do something with a period at the end. So what she suggests is, because statements can be kind of debilitating and boxing in, I'm going to talk about that in a moment, why not turn it into a question? So instead of, I'm going to stop smoking, the question might be, how can I take the first step to stop smoking? Now, that may seem like a really small, really tiny little reframing of the situation, but the thing is, questions are fascinating to people. You ask yourself a question, you find yourself wanting to figure out what the answer is. I mean, it's a natural thing that happens to people. They want to find the answers. It's like a puzzle or a quest. Whereas with statements can tend to shift into a pass-fail thing or a true-false thing, or can become a shaming thing. I was going to stop smoking, but then I couldn't, and so I'm a failure. Or I'm going to get that co-star within the first 90 days, and 90 days come and go, and you're a failure, right? But if you say, what can I do to add to my tool belt that will make it more likely that I'll get that co-star role? Maybe, can I redo my reel? Can I have a conversation with my agent? Can I take a look at how people look at me, how people type me? Maybe I'll do a type me exercise. These things aren't tests that you pass or you don't pass, like with a statement, right? If you don't get that first co-star or you don't get that first class under your belt, well, then you failed. You didn't pass, you failed. And instead of making it a test, how about making it a quest, right? So the simple thing to do is to take the statement that you created for the New Year's resolution and simply create a version of that that is a question that you can answer, that you can go find the answer for. And remember, there's no shame in asking a question, and there's no shame in taking some time to figure out the answers. I would love to know what kind of New Year's resolutions you made. And it's okay if you haven't been able to keep them. You can always make a January 25th resolution, or a January 31st resolution, or a June 2nd resolution. There's nothing special about January 1st, right? But what have you done, and what have you done that you're proud of? What have you done that maybe you're not so proud of, or you feel like you're not? Because I don't want you to be like shameful about this stuff. It's hard. It's really hard. There's no need to be shamed. So, and are there any of those that you could take and turn into a question? And would that be helpful? So give me the example of the statement that you made for your New Year's resolution, and then the question that you may derive from that and ask that will help you along in keeping that resolution stick and then follow through on that. If you'd like to subscribe to this channel and get these new videos every day, they'll tell you when they're coming out. Go ahead and click on my head there. And if there's no head there, then there's a subscribe button somewhere on the page. If you want the latest video I put out, go ahead and click on that frame, and that will take you right there, because that's what they do. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.